being that you just talked about arms, if you had the choice to pick a weekend rotation from any of the arms in the league, who would be your lineup for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? And you have the whole league open to choose from.
Wow. I would, at this point, I'd probably take Sonny on Friday nights because, there's something about the guy that maybe doesn't fit the pro prospect model by and large. He's not 6'3", doesn't weigh 2 1/4, but yet he throws 95 and he could really pitch. And he was probably Team USA's most consistent guy, he and Cole last year. So I'd take Sonny on Friday nights. I'd probably throw Johnson in the middle as a left-hander and break it up a little bit. I loved his stuff last year. I think he really competes. I think from a pro standpoint, he's going to be a big-time draft next year. So I'd take Johnson on Saturday nights from Florida. And I'd put Randall in the 3-hole, and I'd split them up. I'd go right, left, right, just to give everybody a little different look, so you can't use the same lineup 3 days in a row. I like Randall because, to me, he's one of those guys that recognizes what his stuff is. He doesn't try to pitch outside of it. He's benefited, I think, greatly by the bats this year because it plays right into what he does. And that's throw it over the plate, sink it, let guys put it into play. And I don't think there's been anybody in the country that has been as proficient at getting early outs and low pitch counts as Randall has this year. So those would be my guys, but you can probably throw another 4 or 5 in the mix you can do pretty well with.
Where does the SEC stack up nationally in terms of greatness here at this halfway point?
I mean, they're right there, obviously. I mean, they are every year. I think that, the non-conference stuff that, that happened in the SEC was definitely positive this year. So I think you need to look at that as definitely being one of the top 2 or 3 in the country. The discussion always is who's the top conference, and I think a lot of years you can't really answer that with a hard and fast answer, but clearly the SEC is definitely one of the top 2 or 3. I think that top to bottom they're a lot stronger than the Big 12 right now. I think we'll see what the ACC is top to bottom. Obviously, Virginia's had a great run at the top. Florida State's been real good at the top. North Carolina's kind of been a surprise. The Pac-10 is the one that to me is a little bit it's interesting because I think they're going to beat each other up the whole year. I think there's some real good teams in the Pac-10, top to bottom. It might not be quite as good as you're going to see at the very top level of the SEC, but they're going to be really close. I think what you're going to see, though, is you're not going to see the 3 teams like we see in the East right now. They're going to start to run away a little bit. I think the Pac will be a little bit more tightly contested, and they'll all beat each other up. But to me, those are the 3 that probably stick out the most. They're a notch out of the Big 12 right now. The Big 12 is pretty top-heavy. Texas, Oklahoma, Texas A&M are all pretty good clubs. I think there's a pretty good drop after that.
Can you speak to the significance of the SEC adding the Thursday night game of the week on ESPN?
We're really excited, and we're excited for a variety of reasons. One, it puts one of the premier conferences in the country on the big stage on a night where really there's no other college baseball in the country by and large. 2, it allows us to do some different things as far as a pregame show and a postgame show and some added elements during the course of the game that I think people at home are really going to appreciate. You get to know some of the players a little bit more. You get to know the coaches a little bit more. It allows us to cover the game in a little different way than we had before. So, I think those 2 things, one, just the newness of having a Thursday night game, the ability that it gives us to do some different things, but quite honestly, the ability to each and every Thursday be able to show guys are going to play in the big leagues. And you could say that with almost certainty, regardless of where we're going to go, just because of the overall talent in this league. So I know we as a network are extremely excited, but personally I'm excited because it's another added element in the growth of college baseball. And it seems like every year there's different steps that are being taken, and this is another one. We're excited to get it going tomorrow night. We start with the defending national champs. It's a pretty good way to get it going.
That's great. Well, I'll tell you, we'll be watching. We enjoy talking baseball. We enjoy watching it, and especially SEC baseball. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, call anytime.